Hi everyone, it's Joanne McCollum from Local Marketing Plus, and I'm here today with Nadine Itiniant. Nadine has 20 years as a local expert in West Toronto with Royal LePage, and she's also an accredited staging expert, which is very helpful for both her sellers when they're trying to prepare a house for sale, and for the buyers in giving them ideas on what they can do with their properties. She specializes in Bloor West Village, the Junction, High Park, and Junction Triangle. Hello, Nadine. How are you today?
Great, thank you. How are you, Joanne?
Great, great. I was hoping you could sort of step me through on what I should look for in the areas in West Toronto if I'm looking for a house or a condo.
Well, there are all the areas that you've highlighted: Bloor West Village, the Junction, Junction Triangle. Have a real selection of different styles of homes and condos. So why don't we start with the Junction, for example. It's a really funky kind of neighborhood. It's becoming gentrified over the last couple of years. The retail strip is a really interesting mix of cafes, microbreweries, there's some nice green grocers, and it's starting to develop really, really well. We have houses that are certainly mixed as well. You could buy a Victorian home, you could buy an Edwardian home, so homes that are over 100 years old, even some of them that are built in the 1920s. You have a real selection whether you want a large detached three-story home or a more affordable semi-detached three-bedroom home. There is such a selection to choose from.
Approximately, what would, say, a Victorian detached house, what would the price ranges be?
Well, currently, for a smaller Victorian detached, we might be selling something in the 900 to 1.1 million. A well-finished semi-detached Victorian home would sell in the, say, 750 to 850 range.
Oh, great! And for the for an attached, like if I was looking around the 600 to 700 mark, where would I be looking?
Well, we would have to move you a little bit further north. So if we're in the Junction, there is just north of there an area that's developed. It used to be the stockyards, and certainly there are still a little bit of the stockyard feel there, but most of it is being redeveloped. There are a lot of big box stores. There's a large tribute community development that was built about 12 years ago. So it's almost like a townhouse complex mixed with semi-detached homes. Very, very good value. You can buy a newer home like that in the 600 range. I could also move you to a little bit further west into parts of Etobicoke. So something like Centennial Park, which is a lovely community. We could find a smaller home there in the 700 range, and I could also even move you to Mimico to find a nice house for sale there, down by the waterfront, and we could find homes in that area even a little bit less than that, believe it or not, in the, say, 550 to 650 range. Nice little detached homes there. It's a very, very interesting neighborhood too.
Interesting. And I've been hearing quite a bit about the Junction Triangle.
Yes. Well, that's also an area to keep a watch on. The Junction Triangle is not the Junction. It's actually a smaller community closer to Bloor Street. So if we were looking at the subway line, you would access Lansdowne subway station, even Dundas West subway station as well. And people like that particular location, of course, because of the proximity to Bloor Street. There's also the Union Pearson Express that is being developed right now, and we're going to have a stop there on Bloor. That will be handy for many people. It's very affordable. There are some condos there. There's some townhomes, newer built townhomes on Elise Lane or Rattan or Decoven Mews, and so they're very affordable in the stacked version, and they're about $400 to $450 depending on size. We also have semi-detached, not so many detached, and they also are a little bit more affordable in the $657 range, and some, of course, that need some work would be a little bit less than that. So great for first-time buyers.
Super. And what about Bloor West?
Well, Bloor West is a terrific community. It's one of the first communities that had a BIA set up. We have a wonderful shopping strip here. And again, if you're a first-time buyer, there are condominiums just south of Bloor West in Swansea that are very affordable. There are some stacked townhouse-style condos in a high-rise building that you could buy for around $400. You could also move into some of the newer towers down there between $350 and $450. But the houses are amazing too. We have some wonderful homes, character-filled, built in primarily in the 1920s. And a detached home in nice condition would be, again, 900 to 1.2 million. But there are some semi-detached homes as well that you could find closer to Annette Street that would be a little bit more affordable in the, say, 750 to 850 range as well. Very wonderful schools here. People love the community for Runnymede School, which is a French immersion school, as well as Humberside Collegiate. Those are two of the renowned schools. We also have St. Pius Catholic School, so it's a wonderful family community. Yeah.
Sounds interesting. And are most of the homes brick?
Yes, they are. We have substantially brick homes, whereas some of the other communities, for example, if we're moving to Mimico, which would have been a cottage community at some point, there are frame homes. It's more of a mixture. Bloor West Village is a very consistent neighborhood. Most of the homes are brick and have a similar footprint and style.
And do you have listings of these homes on your website?
I do. I currently have one in Bloor West listed for just under $1 million. It's a lovely 4-bedroom detached home. It has a private drive. In Bloor West we have a lot of mutual drives, so a private drive is a special feature to have. And there are some others that are featured as well. It depends when you're looking. We're heading into a busier season for new listings to appear. April, May are strong months for new product. Yeah.
Okay. And if someone wants to reach you, is the best way through your website?
Certainly, you can email me directly. There's a contact button where you can email me directly through the website, viewtorontohomes.com, or you can email me at nadine@royallepage.ca, or give me a call, 416-985-6154. That's my cell phone and direct line.
Well, thank you, Nadine. It's been a pleasure, and it's given me a good idea of what the communities in West Toronto are like. And we thank you very much for sharing this information with us today.
My pleasure, Joanna. Take care.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Again, it's Joanne McCullough from Local Marketing Plus, and thank you for sharing this interview today with Nadine and I. You can reach us anytime at localmarketingplus.ca. Thank you.